So the reason that I have separated my prop usage into two videos is because there are different ways to use props in an online learning environment. My first video showed my 5 most essential props, what I would take with me if I were traveling, if I could only pick 5, and I could make it work. I'm part of a Facebook group called VIPKID Minimalists Unite. I highly encourage every teacher to follow that group because they really challenge each other to use less props and invest less money in their online learning environment, but to also keep a really high standard for what they do. So it's been a really great experience seeing what other teachers do in this online group. A lot of teachers love props. It's their jam. They want to have a million props. They have plastic cases behind them to organize all their props. I think that there are a lot of valuable resources for people who want to teach that way. It's just not my personal style. However, I do have kind of a secondary arsenal of props. In my environment here, I keep a prop box. Not that big. All the props that I use fit in this box. And for whatever reason, I had more props than this box could hold. It would be time to clean up shop. So I'm going to show my secondary props and just give some ideas. Maybe one of these props could be in your go-to arsenal. Maybe some of my go-to props would be in your secondary arsenal. But let's explore what I have in the prop box. So the first thing that I'd like to show and highly, highly recommend to all VIPKID teachers is finding some kind of community guide, Parks and Recreation brochure, a calendar, something from the library maybe, because a lot of times what we're teaching our level 2 and level 3 students about days of the week, seasons, months of the year are reflected in these documents, but they also can see them from a cultural artifact from wherever you live. So I used to work for the Village of Glendale Heights. I was the Recreation Division Manager responsible for all the rec programs. So when I'm talking about photos, seasonal, sports, activities, all really hold true to my heart and what I'm passionate about. This was our town calendar. And why I love this calendar for teaching is that every month also has like what we like to do. So if we talk about what month is it? It's May. Well, great. May shows a picture of swimming. I can explain that summer is coming. I can explain that we like to swim. Our friends say hello. We have Memorial Day. It's the American flag. There is so much room for extension with this calendar that I can't believe it. It is one of my most valuable secondary tools. The kids love this picture of fall. I always ask them, what's your favorite season? And I hope they say fall because I have this beautiful picture from Glendale Heights. And for a picture to come from a small town outside of Chicago, straight to someone living in China as a child, learning a language, I think that's really beautiful. It kind of speaks to the work that we do. Another tool or prop that I carry is monkey. I think everyone has a puppet or a go-to stuffed animal that they keep in their arsenal. I don't use monkey a lot. My students don't really enjoy this, but some do, and when the ones that do, I always show him. It can be something fun to spice up the lesson for a younger child, but I always think about what my student would like, and if they don't think monkey is engaging, I'm not going to show them this monkey and put on a puppet show. Another thing that I've used for a long time are these Legos. It used to be one of my favorite secondary rewards. We'll build a tower today if you do a good job. But I've also used it to teach numbers, colors, about the city, buildings, sometimes monsters. We can build all kinds of stuff out of it. If they show me their toys, I don't have a lot of toys because I'm a grown man, but I have these Legos, so I show them the Legos and we bond over that. I also use these letters from time to time, especially very beginner lessons. Great for trials. They're great for trials, but not my favorite tool. I do use like the letter S for older kids to make sure they understand. He runs. He runs. That third person singular, we're going to put an S on the end of the word. They don't always hear it because their language skills aren't developed that well in English to hear the minute differences, but they can see it and then hear it, almost like a subtitle. So that's been really effective. Another tool that I have, can't invest in a VIPKID brand dyno, but I have this one. And the funny thing is that the kids like this because it's not. And I always try to pretend that it is, and a lot of the kids, bless their hearts with their brand loyalty, tell me right away, that's not right. And I go, oh, it's okay. Mine is purple. So it kind of extends the conversation as well, but it's just a fun thing to keep handy. And then I have a personal artifact. So I think that every teacher should have something in their box that's very true to them that really no other VIPKID teacher or online teacher will pull out so that it's memorable. Mine is the Fox box. It's exciting. It's a treasure box. We don't know what's inside. I've used it as a regular prop to say, look, a fox. What color is the fox? Inside the fox box is my Chicago keychain that a friend gave to me recently, and the kids love this too. I mean, imagine any child that you know loves a good souvenir, and even though they don't get to keep it, they like to see it. It's shiny, it's colorful. We can talk about where I grew up, what I know. They share with me where they are from, what their city is like. They always really enjoy that. A lot of lessons talk about traveling throughout the United States, so then I can use the Chicago keychain to talk about another location that they might not know. And my last prop from the secondary arsenal is these glasses. And I love these glasses. I can use them to be grandma or grandpa, and on my family lesson, it's grandma. Or I can use them to hide tired eyes. Every once in a while, even though I'm active, ready, and engaged, my face, the circles under my eyes kind of squinty in the morning, they don't show my engagement. But I can put on these glasses and a little bit of glare, a little bit of webcam magic, and I look a little bit better, happier, healthier, ready to go. Also, I'll put these on sometimes for kids who are wearing glasses, just because I think there's a bond for those kids. They feel a little different. They wear glasses. Teacher wears glasses. The truth is, I don't need glasses. These are fake. I got them at Urban Outfitters when I was in college for like $3. But they're a tool that I love to use, and I kind of like that story when I use them. Like, 19-year-old me never thought I'd be teaching kids in China in the morning, and here I am using these glasses to pretend to be a grandma. So I think keeps the kids excited teaching. All these props I enjoy using, so I think that brings a better level of energy to my class. But again, the props that I showed in this video, I don't have to have them. I don't rely on them. They're bonus props. And I wouldn't really want more than this. What I have around me, what I keep in my prop box, that's all I need. If you are someone who has kids at home and you can find all the toys that match your lesson, that's impressive. That's great. It's just not how I teach. And most of my advice and professional development in these videos is going to revolve around the theme that you have to do what makes you your best teacher. So for me, laminating Mike and Meg and every piece of furniture in their house wouldn't make me a good online teacher. It wouldn't make me a good real life teacher. So I don't do that. I've shown pictures of my living room that I decorated and I love how it looks, and the kids get into that. So whatever makes me excited is going to make the kid excited, and I think that's one of the best lessons I can take from my experience in recreation and classroom teaching and bring to an online learning environment. I encourage you to do the same. Really assess what works for you, what's in your prop box, and get to thinking, what's going to make me the best teacher I can be.